You know what separates good salespeople from the greatest of all time? It's not charm, it's not luck, it's not even skill. It's the follow-up. And no one knew this better than Joe Girard, the man who sold more cars than anyone else on earth. And today, I'm gonna show you the simple system he used and how you can use it to turn prospects into lifelong patients or clients. Welcome to another episode of Online Marketing for Doctors TV and podcast show, your go-to resource for growing and scaling your practice. I'm your host, Huyền Trương, a strategic marketing consultant for medical clinics. Over the past decade, my team and I have helped hundreds of clinics across Australia, the UK, US, Singapore, India, Canada, New Zealand, and beyond to thrive using our proven patient generation system. And today we're going to dive into a very special episode, which is unusual topic, the secret behind the world's greatest salesman, how to nurture patients like a legend. And Joe Girard is listed in the Guinness World Records as the world's greatest salesman. He sold more retail big-ticket items one at a time than any other salesperson in recorded history. Was he selling some amazing new technology that everyone had to have? No. Was he selling to the mega rich? Wrong again. He sold ordinary cars to ordinary people. Between 1963 and 1978, he sold over 13,000 cars at Chevrolet dealership. His stats are amazing. In total, he sold 13,001 cars. That's average of 6 cars per day. On his best day, he sold 18 vehicles. On his best month, he sold 174 cars. In his best year, he sold 1,425 cars. Joe Girard sold more cars by himself than 95% of all dealerships in North America. And to make his feat even more incredible, he sold them at retail, one vehicle at a time, no bulk fleet deals. So what was the secret to Joe's success? He lists several, including working hard and being likable. And without discounting these factors, I'm sure there were thousands of salesmen at that time who had those admirable qualities as well. But they didn't sell a fraction of the volume that Joe did. One of the standout things that Joe did was to keep in touch with his customers constantly. He sent a personalized greeting card every month to his entire list of customers. In January, it would be a Happy New Year card, and inside it would say, "I like you." He would then sign his name and stamp it with the details of the dealership where he worked. In February, his list might get a Valentine's Day card, and again inside the message was the same, "I like you." He would vary the size and color of the envelope, and each was hand addressed and stamped. This was critical to getting past the postal email mail equivalent of spam filters, where people stand over the trash can and discard all the items that look like ads, scams, credit card offers, and other types of junk mail. He wanted his customers to open his envelope, see his name and the positive message inside and feel good. He did this month after month, year after year, and in the knowledge that they would eventually need a new car. And when they did, who do you think would have been top of mind? By the end of his career, he was sending out 13,000 cars per month and needed to hire an assistant to help him. And by the time he was a decade into his career, almost 2/3 of his sales were to repeat customers. It got to the point where customers had to set appointments in advance to come in and buy from him. And contrast that with other car salespeople who just stood around waiting and hoping for walk-in traffic. And now let's talk about marketing like a farmer idea here. What would you guess is the average number of times a salesperson follow up a lead? If you guess once or twice, you probably be right. 50% of all salespeople give up after one contact, 65% of them give them after two, and 79.8% of them give up after 3 shots. Imagine if a farmer planted seeds and then refused to water them more than once or twice. Would he have a successful harvest? Hardly, right? In marketing, the money is in the follow-up. Based on this, we'll build the irresistible lead nurturing model. Immediately after you capture a lead, they should go into your system where repeated contacts are made over time. Contact does not mean obnoxiously trying to pester leads into buying. You build a relationship and giving them the value in advance of them buying anything from you, building trust and demonstrating authority in your field of expertise in the process. And accept the fact that most people will not be ready to buy right away. Put them in a database, and this database could be capturing email or physical direct mail details, preferably both, and mail them something regularly to stay in touch, positioning you and yourself as the expert in your industry or your field. And more on that we can talk about in other videos. Like a farmer, you prepare your prospects to become ready for harvesting. Just as Joe Girard did, over time you can build a huge pipeline of potential customers who have you at the top of the mind when they're ready to buy. Even more exciting is that they're ready to be predisposed to doing business with you because of the value you created in advance. You won't need to convince or put a hard sell. The sale just becomes the next logical step. This growing list of prospects and the relationship you have with them will become the most valuable asset in your business. It's a golden goose. When the prospect is finally ready to buy, you are welcome, invited guest rather than a pest. And the most important thing you can take away from this message is to become a marketing farmer. It's a simple 3-step process. Now, the step 1 is advertise with the intention of finding people who are interested in what you do. Do this by offering a free report, video, audio interview, and so on. Any kind of relevant free information that presents a solution to a problem they have will work. This positions you as an expert and as an educator rather than a salesperson. Which would you prefer to buy from? Add them into your database. Well, like continually nurture them and provide them with valuable information. For example, a newsletter on your industry or information on how to get the most from whatever it is you do or offer. Important point here is that do not make this a constant sales pitch that will become old very quickly. Be sure to offer them valuable information with an occasional pitch or special offer. Most important of all, be sure to keep in touch regularly. Otherwise, the prospect will forget you and your relationship will then be relegated to that of a cold prospect and a past salesperson. And if you become a marketing farmer, you have a rich and continual harvest as your database grows in number and quality as well. Now, there are some action steps that you can take from this episode. Now, you can create your own 13-touch system. It doesn't have to be cards. It can be email, text, or even DMs, but it must be personal, consistent, and focus on them, not you. If you do this right, you won't just make sales. You build a fan base that refers, returns, and raves about you. Here's a big idea recap. The fortune is in the follow-up. Be like Joe. Tell people you like them and watch how your clinic transforms. If this resonated to you, send this to someone who needs to hear this, someone who's great at generating leads but struggling to convert them. And there might be one like, I like you away from a game-changing sales. If you want to see how we do this in our own agency, just reply 13 and I sent you a behind-the-scenes walkthrough. Thank you very much for watching and listening today. I really appreciate your attendance. You don't need to be loud to be legendary. You just need to be consistent. That's the one word I want you to take away from pretty much everything that I have been producing over the last few years over the Old MD TV and podcast show. I hope this episode is helpful and I look forward to hearing from you. Just shoot me an email and check out our website onlinemarketingfordoctor.com, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. And bye for now.